last but not least, I wanted to touch on this. We've shown now a piece of the Today Show segment featuring Nancy when Savannah went back home to Tucson for, it was like a homecoming series that they did for all of their anchors. And my executive news producer, Canadian Debbie, we call her, she's been saying since the beginning, you've got to show the whole thing, like show more, because it's a very telling piece of tape that they ran. We've shown the only part that shows Nancy, but I'm going to show you guys what they put on the air involving Savannah leading up to that moment when we included that moment in it. So just look at this. This is
I'm really excited about this. When people ask me, where are you from? I'm always proud when I say Tucson, Arizona. I grew up there, went to college there. My mom still lives there. And honestly, a part of me has really never left. I can't believe it. I'm back. This is my alma mater, the University of Arizona. It's just as beautiful and sunny as it ever was. But I want to meet some real students of today.
We're all reading magazines with Savannah on the cover.
I know just where to go.
Not believing your eyes.
Where is everybody?
Welcome back home, Savannah.
There's a marching band suddenly. Dancing sorority members at her old sorority.
El Charro is the oldest family-owned Mexican restaurant in America and the perfect place to catch up with mine, my mom Nancy and sister Annie.
I come here every time I come home to Tucson. I have to come to El Charro. How long has El Charro been here?
103 years.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love being home. Don't drink the whole thing. Well, Mom, you guys came here in the 70s and you'd been moving all around. What made you want to stay in Tucson and plant roots?
And so wonderful. Just the air, the quality of life is laid back and gentle. Yeah, I like to watch the javelina eat my plants.
But the best thing about Tucson is coming home and seeing you guys. Should we raise a glass? Prickly pear margarita? Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Love you.
Love you.
From the love of family to the familiar beauty of the scenery, I will always be a daughter of the desert.
So when you watch that, you see that play out, Jonathan, what jumps out at you? What do you think?
Well, first of all, that was in 2019. Is that correct? Because that
No, that aired November 5th.
November 5th.
November 5th.
Okay. So for some reason, again,
Nancy was taken February 1st.
Okay. So the date in which that was kind of is kind of telling, because that is recent, not far away. I think there must have been something when I looked that up. I saw a date of.
They're always doing
right.
that.
So
they're always doing stuff.
So
like
that's. I mean, that would lead more to the possibility that somebody latched onto that, and that somebody may have seen that and then and searched her. I would like to know when that search was, or that they said it was right before she disappeared. I guess what I'm saying is these timelines and when these things occurred.
Well, listen, wait, let me just tell you, the Google Trends thing and the Fox News report said that Savannah Guthrie's salary may have been searched. Now they changed it to may have been from Tucson between December 13th and December 20th. So it would have been a month after that.
So, you know, I don't know. I look at these different things that occurred and it's hard to put them together, but it's always possible that somebody clicked and they saw that and then they started planning from that point forward. So that could be why it took a while for them to get to that point. But I tell you, one thing I did notice is how her sister, again, I don't want to bring anything up, and I know the sheriff doesn't like this, but her sister just kind of seems like the sidebar of the conversation. And again, when you have one sister who's famous, one brother who's a fighter pilot, and then you have a sister who is a poet who's married to a guy in a band, it's just, I don't know. When I look at all these different, and
they're doing the labor's work on,
and they're the ones who live the closest to the mom, and maybe the ones that aren't the closest, even though they live in proximity. I don't know. I wouldn't rule them out, and those are things that pop out to me quite a bit.
And by the way, so that there's the one search for Savannah Guthrie's salary dating between December 13th and 20th. Then they say between November 30th and December 1st, a Google image search for Nancy's address. So it's not long after that segment. It's not the day of the segment, but the segment then went up on the Today Show's website and has lived there ever since. And what jumps out at you, Will, watching that?
Well, I think the dates are very important. If Google came back and said that the search was actually foundationed or initiated out of Tucson, that would tell me that Google has a great deal more information about the IP address than it does anything else. Which
and
says
it does say. It does say, may have been searched from Tucson.
May.
Savannah Guthrie salary between December 13th and 20th.
Oh, and by the way, we also record these cameras that you don't know. You know, there's a lot that Google's doing. I think it's being very clear here that we're able to see.
Yeah, through its Nest camera. Yeah. That's exactly right. The guy in Ring, we played this yesterday. He was like, our cameras don't do that. If you don't pay for this subscription plan, we don't record. There's no extra tape lingering anywhere. But Nest, thankfully for us in this case, but to the surprise of many Nest camera owners, is recording even when you don't think it is. Keep
now
going,
that's an interesting aspect, isn't it, Megyn? That they will actually be recording when you believe it's passive or it's not actually operating. So again, having operated in some darker areas of the cyber world, let's just put it that way, and I probably won't elaborate. Let's just say there's a lot of capability and technology out there that the general public is not going to be aware of some of the abilities that some of the big tech companies have. And I would say there was a bit of a reveal in the fact that the search was initiated from the Tucson area, because that's a little too precise for my liking.
That's such a good point. Let me tell you what I noticed in that video, having now watched the whole thing. It was done, within 2 months of the time Nancy Guthrie was abducted, went missing. She said, my mom still lives there at the beginning of the segment. So you didn't even have to watch long to find out where her mom lives. She then said it again and interviewed her own mom, like, what made you want to stay in Tucson all these years? So now again, we've reaffirmed that the mom lives in Tucson. They show the name of the restaurant, El Churro, and she says, whenever I come home, this is where we go. So now you're getting closer to knowing what neighborhood she's in, because no 84-year-old travels 30 miles to go have her dinner. She said this is one of the family favorite restaurants. And so now you're getting closer and closer to where Nancy is. And same thing you just said, Jonathan, about the family dynamic. The sister, she's not even given a speaking line. Like, I'm sure the sister said something, but not only does she not get to speak at all, not one word of hers is aired, but look at the setup piece. It is a marching band for her sister. It is a hero's welcome at the sorority. It is Savannah's face all over the magazines as kids on the campus are, allegedly reading magazines about Savannah Guthrie. And she just happens to walk by and they say, oh, no, can't be.
The table where they were sitting. It's like she's all crammed up next to her mom and their sister's over on the other side eating shrimp cocktail, not even looking. This is...
Yes, and also she's running herd on the conversation. She's driving it because she's the anchor of the show and of the segment. The sister barely has a bit part. I'm just saying, it's like, to me, it's relevant for a couple reasons. What is the sister feeling? It's possible she's feeling total pride and joy in her sister's success. It's also possible she wasn't, and that there's a level of envy, since I guarantee you she was doing the lion's share of all the work with Nancy, and Savannah wasn't. Savannah may have been paying for some of those caregivers, but it's different when you're the one who is there. My sister and I just went through this with my mom. My sister she passed, unfortunately, a couple years ago, but she died at 58. And my sister was living with my mom. My sister was definitely taking care of my mom physically way more than I was. Now, I was paying for all my mom's expenses, but my sister was doing her part, because an 80-some-year-old lady does need a lot of help, a lot of physical help, and it can be difficult on the caregiving child. So there's that dynamic. But the second thing is, it's not a great idea. It is not a great idea with the general population to parade around your hometown, tout what a star you are, how beloved you are, what a celebrity you are as a news person. It's in my view, that can only lead to bad things. It can lead to envy by some at home toward you, because there are a lot of people who actually are not rooting for you when they see things like that. It can spark somebody's idea on, like, I'm gonna end that. I want to disrupt that. I don't appreciate that joyful, I'm a celebrity and everybody loves me situation, and I know just the way to bring an end to it. And it just reveals a lot of information about yourself and your family, a lot. And I'll just finish it with one other thing. When I was at Fox and I was first like coming up, I was making a name for myself and becoming better known, Bill O'Reilly pulled me aside and said, don't reveal anything about yourself personally. And I was like, what do you mean? It's kind of natural. Sometimes you're talking and something comes up, you say something about and he was like, never. He's like, if you watch me, I almost never do it because it's dangerous. He was saying like it can trigger people and there will be some nutcase out there who's writing it all down, ready to use it against you at just the right time. And, O'Reilly and I don't really get along now, but he's a smart guy and he gave me a lot of sage advice. And I feel like that was a piece of very good advice. Your thoughts on it, Will? Solid
advice. I work with a number of sort of Hollywood A-listers and various other prominent people. And the one thing I always say to them is keep your personal life personal. You need to live two lives. Your celebrity life, which obviously has to be very clearly thought about in terms of what you talk about, where you go for your meals, that sort of thing. It can even be fabricated in terms of this is my favorite little restaurant that I always go to. And you've probably never been there before. And then there's your personal life. And you keep that information down because that can be used as leverage in various different shapes and forms. So absolutely keep the two lives entirely separate.
If people, Megyn, if people wanted to see the reality of, we see social media, right? So we see how the white Karens in the world are destroying this country. You would never have expected that, but that craziness didn't just pop up because of social media. There's craziness in the world that you don't see if you don't put yourself in that environment. And like Will, I've been with celebrities and it is amazing what people will do. They'll be having dinner and we're sitting over there and all of a sudden somebody gets up from a table and walks over and asks for an autograph during dinner. Okay, that's one person. They go back, sit down, and they open a floodgate of crazies that now will come up and interrupt dinner for this individual just to get an autograph or a picture. It's so inappropriate that you sit back and you think, how are these people comfortable doing this? Well, it only gets worse from there. And so there's crazy all in the world. And when you add celebrity into that, then people can fixate and say and do absolutely crazy things.
International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There is a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it is a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to the number 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.